Okay, here's a question that was asked over email. We have 7, well, all of this, and we're asked to factor it, and this is 5.1.33. Okay, and you basically always start factoring by looking for a greatest common factor. And when you're dealing with fractions, the easiest way to deal with fractions is to simply think about the denominator and the numerator separately. And think about the common, like if I look at the denominators here, I've got 6, 6, 6, and 6. And if I think about, do 6's share a factor in common? Yes, they do. They share a 6. So if I have my denominators sharing a common factor, then there is something to factor out. And there's going to be at least a 1/6. So then what I would do is I would say, well, let me look at the numerators and decide if the numerators share anything in common. So I've got a 7, a 5, a 1, and a 1. And, they don't share anything other than a 1. So, but the fact that the denominators share something means that I have to take at least out a 1/6. Okay. And then if I look at the x's, I've got an x to the 10, 9, 7, and 6. The largest thing that they share is an x to the 6th. So I would actually factor out 1/6 x to the 6th in this problem. And I think that's what they were asking for. They were just asking for what piece would you factor out. But I'm going to continue and do the whole factorization here. Okay. So then I want to think about, what do I write here so that when I multiply by 1/6, I actually get this number back, right? And you can do this again, you can do it in components. Think about the numerator and the denominator separately. So if you think about 6 times what gives me 6, remember, because when you're multiplying fractions, you just multiply straight across. So 6 times what gives me 6? It would have to be a 1. And then 1 times what gives me 7? It'd have to be a 7. We'll reduce that later because that's just a 7. Okay, and then I need an x to what power? I'd actually need an x to the 4th power, right? Because I've got a 6 here, and 6 plus 4 would give me 10. Okay, and then if I go to the next one, I want to think about 1 times what would give me 5? It would have to be a 5. 6 times what would give me 6? It'd have to be a 1. And then I need an x to the 3rd power. I've got a 1/6 here, so that's just going to be a 1 over a 1. 1 times 1 gives me 1, and 6 times 1 gives me 6. I need an x to the 1st power, and then this is actually just this, so I would just need a plus 1 there. Okay, so if I simplify this, I would have 7x to the 4th plus 5x cubed plus x and plus 1. And that would be it.